slap it on here.
My game week is in the balance, man.
Is it? What points, how many points you on?
I've got Pickford and Ndai playing.
How many points you on? 30.
Literally on the dot 30, yeah.
Fair.
It's been
Oh, wow.
absolute shocker.
Yeah, I've got a few more.
Crazy thing is, I really wanted to bring.
I saw Eze. You know, I saw Eze last week.
Actually, yeah, but then that was valid as well, actually.
Hat trick.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine.
20
It always
points.
happens to me, doesn't it? Remember Reece James as well?
Yeah, as soon as you finally let go of him.
Long. It's like you should take it as a sign to bring someone in if I'm selling them. Hey, so that's for you, man. There. Hello and welcome back to another week of the Shin Pad podcast. I'm here, your host Abs. As always, we're joined with my boy Will, 100% attendance gang. It's only us two for today. Unfortunately, Alvin couldn't make it. Tammy couldn't make it. Which, to be fair, is unfortunate for them, innit? Because it's a week for them to be able to gloat.
Yes.
And for them to be able to come and collect their flowers or whatever it is that they want. But yeah, fortunate for them, they're not here. And yeah, how you been, man? Week off, international break, all of that happened.
Really nice lot of football, to be fair. For once, actually, there was a lot of because finally there was jeopardy for once with these international breaks. So a lot on the line. Exactly. So it was nice to watch a lot of games all over the world.
Moments.
Actually,
some nice moments, some good moments as well, innit? In the international break with what happened with Ireland, Scotland, even Wales. Was it? Am I bugging?
I think
the home
they
nations.
got to the playoffs.
The home nations, yeah, man. It's been good. It's been an actual half decent international break for once, but yeah.
What was your
back in action now.
Game of the week for you?
What?
Either to watch or just the
international or
the appeal of the international break, yeah.
But it was probably that Hungary Ireland game. That seemed mental. Where Troy Parrott scored a hat trick. That's probably the game of the week for me. Yeah. What about you?
I think it's hard to not pick that one because of even the momentum they had going into that game with the result against Portugal too.
Yeah.
But for me, I think out of the ones I watched, the one that was really interesting was the Spain-Turkey one. Because at one point Turkey were winning that game and Spain had the all-time unbeaten record for consecutive games on the line. So they needed to at least draw to equal that, and they managed to get an equaliser late on in the game.
Nice.
And that was a team that they'd beaten 6-0 like a couple months ago as well. So just the way that game went was a really nice one to watch.
Yeah, it shows, man. It shows. That's why we love football. But yeah, what's in your Shin Pad for this week, mate?
So what's in my Shin Pad for this week? So finally, I've actually brought a physical one that I can show everyone.
Lovely.
So it's a watch.
Yay.
I don't think I've ever worn this. I don't even entirely know if this is mine or my brother's or something.
On the watch, man. They got to show us properly, man. Put it on your.
It's definitely tatters, you can see. But
nice.
The reason why I brought this is the time is ticking.
Yeah.
Yeah. The time is ticking
Yeah.
for a certain manager, and I've been getting some stick. You know, I've been getting some.
Oh my word! For real, yeah.
Been getting some monks in the comments saying all kinds of things in social media because of my opinion on this. But
yeah,
I'm saying the time is ticking. I'm not in the slot out boat yet. So this is a direct quote. I'm not in that boat yet.
Yeah.
And the only reason I'm not really in that boat is I don't really like any of the managerial free agent options. I don't think there's anyone that I would prefer or like to replace Slot with.
Yeah.
But if there's anyone who's currently contracted to a club and we can speak to, prize that guy away, I'm on board. Because for me, now I'm seeing the cracks have been there, not just for this season. They were showing last season too.
Yeah, man. Last season was a bit of a free hit, wasn't it?
I said it, the team kind of limped over the line, but they got away with it because they had such a healthy lead from the strong first half of the season. But Slot, what I've been seeing from you, constantly picking guys who are either just not fit or just are not in good form. Guys who are doing better with 15 minutes worth of time than guys who are starting. Constantly not seeing the right formation. Constantly not seeing the right changes. It seems like... And then... we're definitely going to get into this, but... This is just for a certain man. The time is on the clock. You don't have all season to fix this one just because you won the Premier League last season. So you guys can quote me. You guys can slaughter me in the comments if you want. But he is not getting to the end of the season unless things turn round.
Fair enough, man. That's real, bro. That's real, man. I hear it. I hear it. And that's
put my serious voice on, guys. Sorry.
But yeah, I'm wearing what's in my Shin Pad. I've got this hood on. I'm not gonna say anything else. I'm gonna leave it at that. Anonymity. I'm just trying to dodge a couple, man. That's what I'm gonna say. Things have been rocky. It's been a shaky week. But we're here, innit? That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah. the hood, tunnel vision. But yeah, no man, brilliant game week back for the Premier League. Some absolute belting games, some great results for me, some not great results for me as well. But here we are, and we're gonna kick off with none other than probably the most anticipated game of the match week: Arsenal 4, Tottenham 1. Arsenal absolutely dominant in this game. I don't know what I expected, to be honest. I let my heart take over my head in that situation where I believed that Spurs somehow could be able to do something against this Arsenal side. Even though I saw us play against Tottenham, and I came here and I told you guys that that's an absolute nothing team, and they've got zero about them. And yeah, for some reason I thought Arsenal weren't going to get a result, but it was an absolute easy game for them, to be honest. They were in charge from minute one.
Could have been worse.
Could have been way worse. EZE could have had 4. EZE scored a hat.
Should have had 4. Really should have had 4.
Yeah, could have had 4. Yeah, and good save from Vicario. But at the end of the day, you can see them 4. It's a shit game, innit, for you. But yeah, Spurs were terrible, absolutely terrible. And the way they set up was a big talking point as well. 5 at the back.
I thought they had to. I do think from a Spurs fan perspective, you're probably thinking, if we're going to get battered, let's not get battered playing conservative football. I get that.
But if it works, if it works, he's a tactical genius. Everyone's saying, wow, Richarlison, what an absolute banger, 1-0. That's what it would have been. Because that's the type of goal they would have needed. Do you know what I mean?
Because Arsenal have conceded that goal a few times over the year.
Yeah. Mateta said it. I remember when Mateta scored, he said it. I said, this guy is always off his line, so... Hey, Pedro, take notes, innit? Next week, Pedro, take some notes, man. You need to emulate that, bro.
Yeah, watching film.
But yeah, man.
So wait, why does Richarlison always score goals that don't mean anything?
Bare funny, innit? The guy's
so
just
ridiculous.
He's just a funny character, bro. He's just a funny character.
Even reposted. I just saw he reposted the Premier League's clip of that goal. Even though obviously his team just lost 4-1. He posted on his Instagram.
Bro, Brazilian dude, man. He's just on that
Read
sort of
the
stuff,
room,
innit?
man.
Yeah, man. But Arsenal without Gabriel still look to the back. It's a system, really, isn't it? They've got such a very strong system that they can swap out guys and still be just as strong and as cemented as they were. But yeah, I thought Marino had a great game, leading the line. He didn't score any goals or anything, but that was a great pass for the EZE goal. For the Trossard goal, the first goal.
For sure, brilliant.
And then EZE was brilliant. I feel like he was probably lacking a little bit in the link-up play, but when it came to just finishing his chances, he was putting them away like it was nothing. Like he didn't really have the best game overall, but he scored a hat-trick. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a bit of a strange one.
Shadow striker,
exactly.
Wasn't really doing playmaking duties that day.
No.
Just came in, and that's exactly what I think Arsenal fans were just kind of crying out for. Someone to score goals in and around the number 9.
And that's what he does, to be fair. Even going back to Palace, he's not really like a playmaking 10. He's more of like a goal scoring 10. Yeah. Gets goals from free kicks and edge of the box areas. He's got a very good strike on him. As we've seen when he's played for England as well. He's a quality player, and he's starting to look himself now in the Arsenal team. But we'll see how long it can carry on. They've got a lot of players out injured now who are coming back. See what kind of effect that has with the team. Big Champions League games as well midweek. They've got Bayern Munich, so
and then at the end of the week as well.
Pardon?
At the end of the week as well.
Yeah, at the end of the week they've got the guys who are closest to them on the table. I don't know how we've ended up here, but we're here now. So
just falling upwards.
Yeah, we have, haven't we? Literally falling upwards. But that's how bad the league is, to be honest. Because we're gonna move on from this game actually, unless you've got anything to say, any talking points.
I just want to say about Thomas Frank actually. It is kind of getting to the point already, and I said this on previous podcasts episodes as well. I've noticed this season the lack of patience with fans for different reasons with their clubs across the league, particularly this season. And now I've just joined the brigade myself. Even just 3 months into the season, still a lot of the season, or it's not even 3 months, maybe it's 4 months now.
Yeah.
But honestly, with Thomas Frank, for what I'm seeing, that performance against PSG is now looking a lot more like an exception than closer to the rule of what I thought he was going to introduce.
100%.
I know he didn't necessarily have the transfer window he would have loved. Already had the irony of a key transfer target, EZE, coming back to haunt them. I know he wanted, that's it. And then
They got absolutely cucked.
Even the press conference thing that he did before the game, like EZE, who, you know, when you do stuff like that, it's like, mate, you better not lose that game when you're there talking. Let alone that guy scoring a hat trick on your head.
Yeah, that was mad.
Things like that. I think
that was actually mad, to be fair, when he just said.
Honestly, it's just kind of. He's been a bit questionable already this season. You know, he's setting Spurs up in a way where, if I'm just being honest, you don't get the liberty of doing these heavy defensive tactics, and you know, for a club that has a huge fan base.
No.
You know, so right now, even for him, I don't think the clock's ticking for him, luckily, but he does need to try something a bit different, or really drill something in training, because Spurs have just been dire for a lot of this season. Actually, a lot of their performances don't reflect their results that they have been pulling off away from home.
No, for sure, I agree. Yeah, no, it's unfortunate for them, and fucking hell, man, it's left us in a bit of a dire situation in terms of the league as well. Arsenal on 29 points now, 6 clear of Chelsea, and where is it now? City didn't get anything. So, how many clear of City is it even? 8. 8 clear of City.
Are they?
I think so.
Yes,
I'm not too sure. But anyways, the gap's starting to grow. And yeah, their next game is going to be a big one, but we'll get into that once we speak about Chelsea. Next game though, the guys who failed to keep up, Manchester City 1, Newcastle 2, Manchester City 1. Brilliant performance from Newcastle. Totally different from what we've seen from them so far this season. I don't know what it is when they're playing against the bigger sides. They just turn up massively, man.
For real.
And they turned up absolutely massively. Haaland, to be fair, had a little bit of an off day. He went in a couple of times one-on-one, and he did the things that you'd never expect him to do, to be honest, but it happens. He's been absolutely fantastic so far this season, so you can have a game like that where things aren't really going your way, and Malik Chow did a fantastic job of defending him in that game as well.
I felt like he was probably the hardest centre-back Haaland must have faced this season, actually. I thought he really did a good job on it.
Really
was really brave with physical, some of the one-on-ones.
Yeah.
For sure.
Following him out as well, just doing the nasty work and getting about the pitch, do you know what I mean? So he just did a fantastic job. Great job of that. And yeah, Newcastle managed to get 2 goals. Harvey Barnes, again, just always in the right place.
Something about Harvey Barnes, man. It's like he always plays well in the games that you just happen to be watching Newcastle. I don't know, he's just one of those players.
He'll bag it was always a brace as well, a hat trick or something.
He's one of the guys who, if the game's being televised, it's showtime.
Exactly, yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, both finishes
really
took
good,
them well.
Really
good movement as well.
That's what he's like. It's just a very strange player, to be honest, man. But
and then I think Waltemard as well produced a really good stop out of Donnarumma. Yeah. And I found the stat that actually
the header.
That's the first shot that a keeper saved from Waltemard this season.
Really?
Apparently, yeah.
Fair enough. Wow. So he just misses all
in the Premier League. In the Premier League, anyways, at least. But
wow. Okay. Wow. That's a pretty decent stat. But yeah, Newcastle now are you know what I mean? They managed to turn it around, and yeah, the league table's looking mental, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's like,
has it ever been so open? Like
anyone can, it's
crazy.
so open. It is massively open. So nice. All remains to be seen. Unfortunate for City. Yeah, man. I don't know what else to say on it. Do you have anything else to say?
Just other than kind of pointing back to something that I've said about Manchester City before. You know, I was not sold on them from their first month of the season, the performances they were putting in, and I feel like what I can't help but say, it kind of looks like it's come to fruition. This team, outside of Haaland, is obviously they do have good players, but I'm looking at some of the guys who at their peak, what they're doing. You're seeing a lot of these guys, they don't look the same. I feel like Ruben Diaz, I think probably by name or so, you know, he's always probably amongst people's best defender list in the Premier League. But honestly, if you're looking at performances, despite the fact he scored,
for a long time.
He's not, like, that was his first goal in 4 years, and there was a time in his first season he used to be such a big goal threat.
Yeah,
that was another thing that was helping getting people on side about, this guy looks like a really good CB. And yeah, he's not been that good for a while. Bernardo Silva not playing bad this season, but not at the levels you'd expect. Foden,
he had a couple of good games. I feel like against I think when they played, was it Liverpool?
Definitely when he played Liverpool.
He had a great game,
and in the Champions League as well. He's had 1 or 2, but
yeah, he's not been great consistently, and that's the thing that they've been struggling with, is the consistency. But speaking of Liverpool, we're gonna finally get into the big.
Excuse me for reminding you about this game.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I had to just drop it in there, mate. Nottingham Forest 3, Liverpool 0, and Liverpool 0, Nottingham Forest 3 at home at Anfield, the Fortress. Will, I'm gonna let you go ahead and take it away, mate. I've not got anything to say. It was 3 good goals from Forest. They were very well drilled, very, very strong. They look like they're really on it now with Sean Dyche, and they're really starting to string together some results. I think unbeaten one loss in the last 5 or something like that they've played under Sean Dyche. Very decent, man.
Honestly, and it only goes to show as well just how bad their start to the season was, that even with these recent results, they were still 19th going into that game against Liverpool that day. They hadn't kept a clean sheet all season. Then you come to the home of the defending champions, not really playing like it this season, but keep a clean sheet at Anfield and you win 3-0. And I think Liverpool now, I think it's like back-to-back games we've lost 3-0. We've lost 8 in the last 11 in all competitions. Another one, I think we had maximum points after 5 game weeks, so we had about 15.
Yeah.
It's game week 12, we have 18 points. So,
bro.
You know, like you look at that.
Yeah, it's been a lot of, it's been bad. It's been really bad.
Really bad. Yeah. And, you know, I just got to say, and bear in mind, Crystal Palace came to Anfield, slapped us 3-0 in the Carabao Cup.
Yep.
You know, the performances, even just the game against Real Madrid, in my opinion, that's the only time Liverpool have actually played some good football.
Yeah.
So to me, really, I just look at Liverpool.
But again, it's the way that Real Madrid set up against you, and I'd say it's the same thing with Aston Villa as well. Those two teams came out to play, and when teams rather do a bit less and they sit back and frustrate Liverpool and try and hit them on the counter, it's not even sitting back as well. You don't even have to sit in like a low block, a mid block, and let Liverpool have the ball and say, look, try and break us down. You guys have got 0 answers to that at all. And it's crazy because at the beginning of the season you were getting away with it unbelievably, even though you're still having the same problems. You're getting away with it in terms of those moments of quality and class in there. Salah bailed you out a couple of times. I don't know how. And it was looking like it's just one of those ones there. I think Liverpool are just unstoppable at the minute. They're just getting those results, and then after those 5 games, what an unbelievable rude awakening.
Yeah, it's been terrible, and it's a weird one because to me, I don't think to myself, you don't just have a squad full of players and all of a sudden that could win the league, and all of a sudden they're just bad players. And to me, I just think to myself, I don't know what it is, and I feel so bad for our new signings because I'm looking at guys like Wirtz thinking could have gone to Bayern, decided okay, I'm going to challenge myself, go to Liverpool.
Yeah, man.
You know, I'm even going to paraquote him that he said, you know, I mean, these are even guys like Ekitike, but that's for a separate reason mostly. Mostly that Ekitike was in he's looked way more impressive than Isak, if we're just being honest, regardless of defeat. He's looked way more impressive, and Isak is still, if Isak is fit, he starts over him, which I'm not of the opinion that anybody should just be a shoo-in starter. I'm even looking at guys like Salah who've been there, done it. I don't think he right now should be a shoo-in to start.
Yeah.
You know? And
but then again, on that right side, who else is there? Really, is there? There's no one. There's no one else.
I know, but for me, it's like Federico Chiesa. He supposedly he can play across the front 3. He doesn't start over anybody, but plays better than most of our attackers, honestly.
Yeah.
And I look at the midfield, it's dross. The defense is harrowing. Every single time Liverpool concede a goal, it's an individual error coming out of the defense or the midfield, and Konate in particular has been stinking up.
Oh my god, he was
really
all over
awful.
the place. He was all over the place.
So awful. I don't know how he's even so clumsy with the ball in the first place that led to the set piece that Forest scored from, and even that one, don't get me started, that's a legit goal, but that's not that much different to the goal that they took away from Liverpool against Man City the previous game week. So to me, I'm thinking both of those goals should have stood, because VAR should not be intervening and taking away either of those goals. I was not upset with Forest for having that goal. I just think, guys, like, where's the consistency? We're always crying for consistency, so there's no point.
No point, no, exactly. It's everyone's been in that. Everyone's been hit by that as well, isn't it? It's just one of those ones with the officiating.
It's terrible. Yeah. But even with that, I mean, obviously that makes it 1-0, but at the same time, you can't blame the referee for this result. You just can't. You know, Liverpool constantly deserving to lose games, and you know, this season, had they not won 5 from 5, you think where Liverpool could be in the table, I don't think it'd be such a crazy thing to start talking about Arne Slot's job, regardless of winning the Premier League last season. Because now, and I don't even actually believe this, but, you know, I want to pose a question to you. Is it starting to look more now that Klopp's style, Klopp's team was the reason why Liverpool won the league. Because now I've seen a lot less people giving credit to Slot for his coaching, despite the fact that he did have good in-game adjustments.
The thing is with that win, with the title win, it was very much a Liverpool team already. Like everything was already set in there. He just had that little extra, and maybe someone could look at it as luck in terms of when Gravenberch suddenly became the player he was meant to be under Klopp.
But a part of that couldn't be attributed to Slot, because that was a player that
deeper,
people didn't see any use of him under Klopp. So
I hear that 100%. But yeah, it's one of those ones where it's a bit. Oh no. Yeah, that is.
Live reaction.
Yeah, so basically, we've just had the Manchester United Everton games going on, and we've just had Idrissa Gana Gueye sent off for striking his own player. His own player. He just hit Michael Keane in the face, and he's been sent off. I've never seen anything like this before.
What?
We're getting
we're getting to the Lee Boyer Newcastle days.
This is exactly. He's been sent off for hitting his own teammate. It's absolutely despicable. I don't know what's happened there. I don't know what Keane said to Idrissa Gana Gueye, but they are 10 men now against Manchester United at Old Trafford. 25 minutes gone. I think the red card happened a lot earlier. I think I'm just seeing the replay of that. The red card looked like it happened around the 12th minute. So yeah.
Wow.
That is unbelievable behaviour.
Gana Gueye, man.
Yeah.
I mean, psych, Everton. I wish both these teams could lose. I wish they could both lose.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'll take what I can be given. But not looking good for my FPL. They're gonna have a lot of hard work.
That. Yeah, it's not looking good to be honest. But yeah, no. We'll finish off with Liverpool.
With Liverpool, just it's looking like same old. I'm just saying, I am not against this conversation of Arne Slot's position, and I don't want to be someone who people label me as a fake fan, anti-Reds. To me, it's like, guys, don't wait until this team is genuinely flirting with relegation to realise what is quite obvious. To me, this is a team that desperately needs surgery. Not necessarily in the transfer market, just a new, fresh tactical approach, and I've just not seen it. And every time he does try something new, it doesn't work. So it makes you think, okay, well, he's not got answers. Loads of players playing bad. What do? You replace the whole team, or you replace the manager? Yeah. I'm not usually used to talking about a Liverpool manager like that. I never had to speak about Jurgen Klopp like that.
Yeah.
But gotta say about Arne Slot.
It gets to that point, man, where if it's like the results are just speaking for themselves, and if it doesn't look like it's gonna get better anytime soon, and he's not evolving or trying different things, i.e., implementing different structures, because it's been the same stuff really. Then you have to try and move on from that and get some new, fresh ideas in. And you know what I mean? I know you're saying there's not anybody who's available now, but there are good up-and-coming managers now in the league who look like they've got a solid philosophy or identity and can maybe get that across to the players that you have, because you have a lot of talented players, and especially spending what you guys spend in the summer and backing the manager heavily. I feel like that should increase the scrutiny on him.
Honestly, and that's the thing that makes me think. I feel like there's a number of good managers that can get something out of an attacking options of Salah, Ekitike, Wirtz, Isak, Gakpo.
It's like he's a proven striker, and he doesn't look anything like the player he was at Newcastle.
Yeah, he's not even touching the ball, let alone getting shots.
And he's a player that was very much involved in play at Newcastle. You remember, he'd be coming out, drifting out wide into the pockets, dropping deep. Maybe he's being limited in that sense, but yeah, it's very unfortunate that your team lost, but my team didn't. Had to switch that quickly. You know what I'm saying? Nice. Chelsea 2, Burnley 0, Chelsea 2. We went away to the to Turf Moor, and didn't start the game well at all, to be honest. Very slow, very lethargic, but it can be expected, being the early kickoff back from international break. We were playing into Burnley's hands a lot of the time, playing in front of them, and they didn't play deep particularly. We just needed to be able to finally get something in, get the first goal, and I felt like after that we'd be able to break through and get a foothold in the game. And yeah, we did just that through Pedro Neto. Great play from what's it called, from Cucurella in the build up. He could go long to Cucurella, he pulls the ball down, plays it back to Gittins, and it's a fantastic cross from Gittins to the back post for Pedro Neto to header it in. And it was a great first goal. And from there, Burnley didn't really have much ongoing. I mean, they started the game well, but after we scored, it was pretty much plain sailing. Oh my God!
Oh,
Drewsbury Hall has just put one into the top corner. Manchester United are losing against 10 men Everton. This is unbelievable. He's just put one into that top corner. That is hilarious.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the Blues are. I'm speaking about Chelsea. The Toffees have managed to grab a goal, but yeah. When we got our first, I was like, you know what? Yeah, we'll get a foothold in this and move on to try and get the second. And we did just that. Got the second with Enzo Fernandez. Good play as well for that goal. Mark Guéhi, I need to give a massive props to Mark Guéhi. 19 years old, coming off the bench. Not had it easy this season. He was recalled from loan because the lad was injured and then barely played. But every time he comes on, he looks a handful. He's a pressing machine. He's an animal. He closes down defenders like there's no tomorrow. Oh, actually, the keeper's got a lot to question with himself there. I'm talking about the United game. Sorry, guys. I keep getting pulled off, but look, it's a bit central.
It definitely looks savable.
Yeah. So I'm not too sure about that. Sure about that, to be honest. But good strike. And yeah, Everton are 1-0 up, which is interesting. United are funny, man. But yeah, sorry. What was I going to say? Chelsea, yeah. The Enzo Fernandez goal, good for my FPL. Finally to get Enzo Fernandez return. And yeah, no man, we're quietly stacking up results. Currently 3 points behind Arsenal with the massive game coming on. We're building some good momentum going into December, but we've got Barcelona to play midweek in the Champions League, which is going to be an absolute massive tie. I feel like that game's going to have a lot to do with what happens this season for us, to be honest, man. I feel like we need a big statement win against these lot, and I look at Barcelona and they've got quality throughout their whole team for sure, but there's nothing there that I feel like we can't handle. You know what I mean? We've got a fantastic backline, in my opinion. Cucurella's been fantastic. I want to give a big shout out to Trevor Chalobah because he's been getting absolutely lambasted everywhere when he doesn't play well, but he's been fantastic the last 4 or 5 games. We've kept 4 clean sheets in our last 6 Premier League games. That's brilliant, to be honest. You don't really hear that. You don't really hear a lot about that. You don't hear that Chelsea.
What you just said, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know about those things.
Exactly, yeah. No, you don't hear about that with Chelsea, man. You never hear about that. But we're starting to quietly pull together results. And it was a heavily rotated team that we played with. Yeah. Andre Santos was unbelievable. My man of the match by far. Yeah, man. He was all over the place. He deputised in that Caicedo role perfectly. Did a fantastic job. And I've always been saying from when he came to Chelsea at 17, a couple of years ago, before he went alone, he was always going to be a quality player because he just has that tenacity, that nous, that tactical know-how, that technical ability on the ball. He's just a complete midfielder, in my opinion. And he showed me a different side of his game today, or in the game the weekend, where he was doing really well to break up play and to shield the back four, which is something that I knew he was capable of, but I don't think he'd be able to do that effectively. He was brilliant, fantastic against Burnley in that regard. I think he ended up with like 15 defensive contributions. It was insane. Wow. But yeah, great game from him. And yeah, looking forward to that Arsenal game. That's a big one, man. We've somehow ended up here where we're being expected to title charge or challenge for a title. I was here before the season started. I thought we were capable of it. If we didn't stumble against Brentford and Brighton the way we did, we'd be only 2. Actually, we're currently 3 points behind. We lost against Brighton, and we drew to Brentford. If we'd beaten either one of them, it'd be a lot closer. You know what I mean? We'd be 2 points closer if we'd beaten Brentford. We'd be level on points with Arsenal if we beat Brighton. So what I said at the beginning of the season is it kind of still remains true, and I had a feeling that we could be up there challenging. And maybe we still can. Who knows? There's a lot of big games left to play. This is the biggest one, the biggest challenge this weekend against Arsenal. To be fair, I'm not even worried about the Barcelona game. The Arsenal game means a lot more to me, for sure.
That makes
because
sense.
It's the league phase of the Champions League. I don't really mind what happens. I don't feel like we could. If we don't beat these guys, then we're definitely not getting top 8 in the Champions League. I feel like since we drew to Karabakh, probably don't deserve to get top 8, which is where it is. I feel like we can beat most teams in that.
But it's a game that means something to Chelsea fans, because you guys have always had that, you know.
I hate Arsenal.
Yeah, but there's no love lost between Barca because of those.
No, games. Of course, 100%. It's a massive game, and it's a game steeped in history for sure. I think we're probably one of the rare teams who've got a better record against them than they do against us.
Obviously, we've just got a bet. We head to head. I think we've beaten them 4 times or something like that when we played against them. I think they've only beaten us once, twice. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. They don't have Messi anymore, even though he was very limited against us as well. I think he's only scored. He only scored twice against us ever.
I think just probably his last couple
games when we played the Champions League under Conte, which we were terrible in Europe under Conte, to be fair. So
Conte's never been in Europe, though.
He destroyed that record, man. He didn't score against us for like 10 games. It was mental. But yeah, big game. I think Lamine Yamal's gonna meet his match in Cucurella. I think Rafinha ain't got nothing on Reece James at all. There's 2 centre backs that I want to play. It's going to be Chalobah and Fofana. I think they're a good partnership together. And yeah, the midfield, Caicedo got a full rest, so he's going to be all over the place against these lot, and it's at home, so I'll give us all every chance to batter them. And then with that good feeling, hopefully we can go on and batter Arsenal as well. 2 big home games.
Big call, man.
I'm confident.
Big call.
I'm confident. Not batter Arsenal. If we can sneak a win, 2-1, 1-0, I'd be extremely delighted. But yeah, that's enough of Chelsea. We'll move on to the rest of the league. Obviously, the United game is currently ongoing. It is currently 1-0 to Everton. Flipping out, man. I don't know how these guys manage it. 10 men as well. But yeah, Brighton 2, Brentford 1. Brighton continue to get away with things. Brentford, man, very, very, very unlucky, man. They had a goal disallowed, which I'm not sure was right. They disallowed Thiago's goal.
Very suspicious.
Yeah. And then they obviously go ahead first with the penalty. But Brighton pull back 2, and in the last minute, they won a penalty. Thiago again, and I got in my fantasy. Unfortunately, he scored the first one, missed the second. It was a very, very, very sad. Very sad affair. I was looking at it like, why has he got 4 points? I went on football, man. I saw he missed. It was last kick of the game penalty, wasn't it? Yeah, unfortunate to be fair, but yeah, Brighton managing to get a result there, which I thought Brentford could have snuck one. Again, Brentford still looking good, man. They still could have gotten the result there, and unlucky.
I did want to say, what a finish from Danny Welbeck.
Oh, that on the first time while he's leaning back, it's unbelievable.
No, like something about this man, like.
Yeah, he just gets that. He has that in his locker. It's insane.
His finishing ability. I don't know. I would not go as far as to say he's getting better with age, but there's something about it that he's not losing. He's not losing the touch.
No.
He's still finding a way to be influential at his age, and yeah, I've got to give him a lot of respect.
His movement as well. His movement for that, unbelievable, man. He's looked so good so far this season. But yeah, moving on to the next game. Fulham 1, Sunderland 0. Very tight match. Sunderland just couldn't get a goal, man. They just couldn't get a goal. They couldn't finish their chances. Fulham, bro, they don't look good, but they managed to get a win against a very good Sunderland side. And a much needed win as well, because Fulham have looked absolutely terrible recently. I'd say quite fortunate with the win, but the win is the win, innit? And Sunderland are staring down the barrel of one of their first. Actually, not one of their first losses. They lost already, but you know what I mean. A very rare loss they've seen so far this season.
Yeah, and usually something other than this game give people a lot of trouble, but this was just a game of few chances, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Raheem Jimenez just did what he could for the one particularly good one, and that was just the difference between the two teams, honestly. And
a pretty interesting game after that was Bournemouth 2, West Ham 2. West Ham went 2-0 up through Callum Wilson, man. Yeah. And I always said I thought that Callum Wilson's a good signing. Experienced Prem striker. When he's fit, he's top quality. And wow, that first goal, Petrovic, terrible goalkeeping, to be honest.
Yes,
should have saved that. But the second one, unbelievable turn and finish on a swivel. You're going 2-0 up. I know it's away from home. It's not going to be easy to hold on to it, but 2 goals you should hold on to. Pretty sloppy, giving away the penalty. Having it put that away, and then the second goal as well, just literally straight through the middle. Was it Unal?
And Unal there.
Good pass from Senesi.
But I gotta say Callum Wilson as well. To be honest with you, because this was a game where I can imagine mentally he was up for it. Where that was his old
former team.
That was where he made his name as a Premier League player, and for most of this season he's been having to be on the periphery, sitting on the sidelines, watching West Ham be so bad.
Exactly.
But now under this current manager, Nuno's getting him involved,
and he's looking good.
Actually, you know what?
Scored a couple goals this season already.
Exactly. He's not just there to be a backup, or just a backup's backup. Like, I think he's now going to keep pushing on now.
To be the starting striker, and I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Really don't see why not, but yeah.
Strikers don't exactly do great at West Ham, so anybody could get this starting gig at the moment, to be honest.
Palace 2, Wolves 0. It was always going to be a big win for... It was always going to be an easy win for Palace. Wolves, so looking very, very troubled. It's unfortunate. First game for their new manager, was it?
Yes, for former Luton.
Yeah, Rob Edwards.
Well, he's just come from Middlesbrough, but
Palace, man. Nice win for them. Munoz gets the first goal. Very happy with that. I've had him in my fantasy for a while. He's been really good for me this season. Best defender in fantasy Premier League.
I wanted to transfer him in, but I just had 2 Crystal Palace players already.
Yeah, exactly. That's what everybody has the issue with, man.
So nice.
I always made sure I had him. Never going to go with anyone else in defence, man. He's so good. And then, great goal from Pino. You see his goal?
Oh, quality.
Top corner, man.
Quality. And he's adjusted
quality.
really well.
Listen, man, I know Eze scored a hat-trick this weekend, but people was looking at me mad earlier this season when I said the Palace lost Eze. I didn't think it was that much of a big loss. They've not stepped up in a massive way, but they've not fallen off at all. And Pino's been doing his job, starting to grow into it, starting to take on that role a bit more, and he's starting to look a lot more like the type of player who could possibly replace Eze's influence in that team.
And honestly, it just goes again with Crystal Palace. You know, that's another time now where they'd lost Elise, replaced with Saar, not the same profile.
Exactly.
You know, not exactly the same profile to Eze, but yet again, the coaching is what's making the difference. You know, I'm not sure if Glasner was giving his input on which signings he wanted, but at the least, you know, he was trusted to coach his guys. You know, personally, that's what I would love to see with my own club. You know, you know, the exact same, and just testament to his coaching.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough, man. I hear it. It's facts. And our last game of the weekend, obviously not including the Manchester United Everton game that is currently ongoing. At the minute, still 1-0 to Everton, by the way. And I've got a sneaky feeling that may change soon. Nope. Ahmad has dragged it wide. Leeds 1, Aston Villa 2. Villa flying with another away win. Morgan Rogers, the man. Morgan Rogers, the man today, with 2 goals, 2 very well taken goals. Free kick was a bullet, but keeper maybe should have tried to go at least.
Actually, it's funny you say that, because to me it was the opposite. That must have been one of the slowest free kicks.
No, it was like a quick dip. Did you not see the dip on it though?
I felt like it was like in slow mo. Did you not? What? So I
saw a bit of a dip on it. I thought it was a bit of a...
I thought it was like
bullet.
Almost.
Yeah, a little
almost
spaz.
like going away.
Yeah,
I'm very intrigued to hear that perspective. Yeah. To me, I heard. I think they said it was like 47 miles an hour.
Really?
I don't know.
That's quick, bruv. That's very quick.
No, but I think Prem players can hit it at like 60, 70.
Is it? 47 fairs, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, obviously, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But when I saw it, I just saw the volume and I was like, bro, maybe it was a bit quick, but keeper should have done better regardless.
I felt like it was like a spell. I actually don't think the keeper could have done much.
Really?
Like, I just think it was the technique was just
that good. I
think he scored a similar free kick like that. Not this season, but I think last season.
Was it? I don't know if it was a free kick. I think it was a shot where he shot it and it just dipped like quickly before. Yeah, I think it was against Spurs or something. I think so. I'm not sure. But yeah, man, Morgan Rogers back on form. Villa are starting to pull it together. They're in the top 4 now. Yeah, and after 5 game weeks without a goal, they suddenly started to turn it around. I think that's what happens when they drop Ollie Watkins. He's not been in the team, has he? Honestly, recently, I've not seen him. And
I was actually thinking, you know, this game, it feels weird to say this because obviously, no disrespect to these, but the promoted side. But I just think to myself, there was something about this game, and then the way the Villa players huddled around Morgan Rogers after the second goal. It's easy to say I'm looking too much into it, but there was something about me that just felt like a little bit of a passing of the guard, because Ollie Watkins has had the 1 or 2 good seasons. Yeah. Last season was like here and there more.
Yeah.
But there's something now. I'm thinking Morgan Rogers, like, okay, he's
gonna be the man now.
The young player of the year, you know, generally speaking, like this could be his team.
He's ready to step forward. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think and I think guys like Buendia are complementing his game quite well now as well. You know, I don't know if any of these guys like Sancho or Elliot can finally step up and try to compete for the starting spots. But if they can, Marlon doing his thing there, Yuri Tillemans, I don't think he started this time, but obviously a good player for them. They just got a number of guys in the team there, and I don't know what they want to do with Watkins long term, but if they can just sort out the striker position and also the goalkeeper position, Villa can maybe get this season back on track after a really poor start. And I think Morgan Rogers is going to be key.
Yeah, 100%. I totally agree with that. But with that, that is the end of our Premier League roundup for this week.
Yep.
Great weekend of action, and we're gonna get into the FPL corner. This week it's been a decent one, man. I've got a couple of men still playing. Not a couple, I've got one guy still playing, Brian and Bumo. But my team's going to be up on the screen right now. Currently on 49 points. It's not been bad. The transfers I made was Gabriel out for Virgil, which I regretted. I don't think I needed to defend the transfer, really. I had Timber on the bench, and I had Senesi on the bench. Senesi, who was getting subbed on for me because Semenyo didn't play. If I knew Semenyo wasn't playing, I probably wouldn't have sent Gabriel away. Probably would have just rolled the transfer and played Timber. Unfortunate, to be fair, fine margins. Just another 2 points I would have picked up over Virgil. It's not that deep. The main other transfer that I made was EZE to Mbimo. So I missed out on the EZE hat trick. It is what it is. Charge it. I'm okay with it. I've come to terms with it.
You made this call before the international break, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was just like, I can't be asked, bro.
No, I hate making transfers before international break.
Yeah, I should have just waited. But it is what it is. You learn. You live and you learn.
Certainly. But with the average being so low,
sorry,
I was saying with the average being so low, who was the big hitter in your team? Obviously, after you say your next.
Yeah. So like, my last transfer was Voltamada out for Igor Thiago, who should have scored his second penalty and would have had a big score if he scored a second penalty.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he missed. But yeah, my big hitters this week. Chalobah got a clean sheet, 6 points. He was on 3 bonuses until Enzo scored his goal. And when Enzo scored his goal, it went back down to 1 bonus. And then at the end of the game, sorry, he was on 2 bonus. Okay. He was tied on 2 bonus with Tosin, Neto, and Sanchez, right? All 4 of them were tied on 2, which they all would have gone 2. And then after the game, I see Chalobah just drop 1 bonus to fall out of that. So he doesn't even get 1 now because there's 3 guys tied on 2.
That still stayed on 2.
So
wow.
So he just got 1. He got 0 bonus. Wow. So Chalobah ended up with 6 points. Munoz with the massive haul for me, 14 points with the goal and the clean sheet and 3 bonuses. Big play for him. And Enzo with the goal, clean sheet, and 3 bonus points was big for me. So I got a clean sheet. Mateta was my captain. Luckily, I was right. I was gonna captain Enzo. Is what it is. Mateta was my captain. He got subbed off before the 60th minute, so he only ended up 1 point.
Yeah, on the 59th minute, didn't he?
Yeah, poor. It was alright, to be fair. 49 points, which is good enough for a decent Green Arrow. Still waiting on a Belmore seeing what United do, but apart from that, it was alright. Probably roll my transfers for next week. What about you, bro? How you feeling with your team?
Oof, so it was a really poor one. I don't know if I'm mistaken, but I do think this is actually my worst game week of the campaign, to be honest with you. And I've had one that was 29, and I've had one that was 32. So I'm in between 2 of my lowest scores that I think I got within the first 4 or 5 weeks. So for me, I've got 2 players still playing at the time of recording. So I've got Pickford and Ndai in getting involved in that game. I had Senesi starting, and I did have an interesting call with Semenyo where I was looking at that yellow bar, and I was just thinking to myself, you know what, I was planning to bench Watermard, but I was like, you know what, start Watermard, bench Semenyo, because I just think there's a chance he won't even start.
Yeah,
I didn't know
Watermard could have gotten a couple, to be honest. It's unfortunate.
Honestly, it's frustrating. And then you got the 2 transfers I made before international break, because I think I'd been rolling on 3 transfers for a while, was Mateta and Gehi to come into my team. So lucky for me, Gehi was getting, I mean, it's not great, but
got a clean sheet.
You know, got clean sheet and I think a yellow card, so 5 points. But funny enough, Mateta, I bring in, as you said, I bring in this striker, and I wanted to bring in Thiago, but I was like, nah, Mateta against Wolves, it's got to be a goal fest. Does nothing and doesn't even get 2 points. Haaland, I did captain, off day for him. I made the decision to not bring Van der Ven in the team, luckily for me. And Mukiele obviously did concede a goal, but I think he got defensive contributions. And the free transfer I made was to take out Gabriel, and this was usually why I don't like to use all of my free transfers during the international break, just in case someone comes back from an injury.
Yeah.
And yeah, lucky for me, obviously, and I thought Gabriel was gonna be out for a while, so I just thought take him out whilst he's probably not dropped in value much now. Bring in Virgil van Dijk. So that was actually the same transfer you made.
Yeah.
And yeah, Virgil's got some good fixtures. I thought Forest was going to be one of them.
Yeah.
Opposite.
No, unfortunately not.
Defensive
but he always
contributions.
gets DEFCON, to be honest. So
Yeah, so I'm hoping
3 points, even with the loss, wasn't
We'll
too
see.
bad. Especially because in 3, he would have been on 4 points without that, so it would have been okay.
exactly that. And Senesi actually got an assist in the game, but
Yeah, I've
conceded-
got Senesi to get subbed on actually for Semenyo, so yeah, so that's
but
3
conceded
points.
2 and got a yellow card. So
yeah.
he's just got
He's a
measly
yellow
returns
card
as well.
merchant, isn't he?
What is up with him, man? So yeah, right now I'm sitting on 30 points. I don't know what Pickford and Dyer are gonna do, but I can't say it on camera. I'm not rooting for Everton, but we'll just see what they do.
Hey,
we'll see what they
Pickford's
do.
currently got a clean sheet, and Diaye might have gotten the assist for the Dewsbury Hall goal. I don't know. I haven't seen the replay yet. But yeah, if that's it with your team,
Certainly is.
I think unless you want to get into the fixtures for next week.
I was just keen probably just to chat quickly about the Champions League games coming up. You know, I think we've not really done a bit of a preview of that for a while.
Yeah, for sure.
So is there any games that you're looking forward to, even outside of Chelsea and
Arsenal,
Barcelona?
Bayern's a big one. I think those are the 2 big ones this week, innit?
Because right now, I think those are the top 2 teams in the Champions League table as well.
Bayern and Barca.
And both teams
Sorry, Bayern, Arsenal. Sorry,
and both teams haven't lost any game this season.
No, and Chelsea and Barca are on the exact same points as well. We're right next to each other in the table too. So it's 2 teams that are very. It's good matches with each other, to be honest.
Some double headers.
Harry Kane coming back to the Emirates. Is that the Emirates or is that Allianz?
It
might be Allianz. I think it's Allianz.
You know, I can't remember who's hosting the game, and I was actually seeing the stuff for it, but I just can't remember who's hosting the game.
Yeah, I think it is the Allianz. I think it is at the Allianz. So it's going to be interesting, to be fair, with the history of the fixture as well. Obviously, I'm going to get out my old Bayern Munich shirt, dust it off, put it on, because you can't stand Arsenal, mate. It's just one of them ones. It's going to be a good game. Hopefully you can see a couple goals. And then, Chelsea, Barca. Who have you guys got?
Got PSV coming up, and right now...
Yeah, that's not an easy game. Let me
it's
open
not,
up and see what the fixtures are looking like. In general.
Inconsistent, but they slapped Napoli the other game. I think it was 6-2 a couple match days ago. So even for me, like as a fan, I'm just looking at it thinking,
yeah, man.
I'm not.
We got a couple notable ones here. Marseille against Newcastle. That's a big one.
Yeah,
Newcastle going to Marseille. Yeah.
Very
Should
good
be
atmosphere
interesting.
there. For sure.
City against Leverkusen. Obviously, Leverkusen not doing as well as they usually have. The Yellow Submarine versus the Yellow Wall. Villarreal against Dortmund.
Very good there. Very good there.
Yeah, funny, innit?
Dortmund should win, but you never know.
And then Inter against Atletico. That's a big one.
Oh, that's the number 1 game to not watch.
The PSG.
Terrible
No,
start
not to watch. Yeah,
Nah.
PSG's Tottenham. The replay of the Super Cup. I don't think it's gonna happen there.
Oh, it's gonna
Tottenham
be.
probably gonna get torn apart. Can't lie.
It's weird because
Nah, they'll actually get torn apart this time. Can't lie.
because PSG got injuries, so that's the
This
issue
doesn't
with
matter,
PSG.
man. Even then, bro, they'll smack these guys. I'm telling you, bro, these guys are so bad. They're so bad.
They're even worse than they were months ago.
They're so
they're
bad.
just getting worse and worse.
Yeah, they're so bad. They're
Hard to
bad.
argue against.
But yeah, man, that is it
Good.
from us at the Shin Pad podcast, guys. Thank you so much. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe.
Yeah,
And
please share
we'll
with
see
friends and
you-
fam.
Yeah, exactly, as always. And as
Sure.
we always say, guys, make sure you wear protection. Peace.